I'd like to give all honor and glory and praise to the Most High. And today, what we're gonna be looking at is the Seal Book of Mormon, man. You know, and we're gonna be looking into the covenant that the devil made with Cain, or Cain made with the devil, I should say. You know, and we're gonna be going through the Book of Mormon too, and the Bible. We're gonna shuffle through all of them, and we're gonna take a look at the priesthoods, man, and show you how this also ties in with the gang stalking too, man. So let's get into it, man. So it happened that God made Cain to know what Satan knew beforehand, that his offering would be rejected and would rejoice with it. Further, the Most High told many things to Cain concerning his errors and warned him about his course, and that he would be accepted again by the Most High if only he would withdraw from nourishing these evil feelings and return to do good in relation to his brother Abel. So you see, it was when it came to the sacrifice in the Bible, it tells you that, it doesn't tell you, I should say, why Cain's offering was rejected. It doesn't tell you why, and we're going to get into that in the book of Joshua, because it tells you in the book of Joshua why his offering was rejected. So let's take a look at that real quick. So you go into the book of Joshua, chapter 116, and it says, "And unto Cain and his offering the Lord did not turn, and he did not incline to it, for he had brought from the inferior fruit of the ground before the Lord. And Cain was jealous against his brother Abel on account of this, and he sought a pretext to slay him." So, Cain brought from the inferior fruit, and when you're dealing with the Most High, man, and you making sacrifices back in the days, like, that was a no-go, man. You can't bring the blemished animals and things like that and offer as a sacrifice. It has to be the good ones. And this is what Cain did. And this wasn't the only reason why he was rejected. We're gonna get into that. And when you look at Levitical priesthood and things like that, man, Levitical priesthood was no joke, man. And I understand why, the Levites didn't have an inheritance. Why the Most High, had them as their own. Because like Levitical priesthood, it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of attention to detail, man. And I don't want to be no Levitical priest, man. That's a lot, man. And that's why the Israelites were tithing to them, because they probably couldn't do nothing else, man. Besides that, it was a lot of work, man. So we're gonna get back to it, man. So this is why he was rejected, man, because you have to, like I said, you have to be bring the right sacrifices to the Most High when you come in. You gotta come correct. So let's go back. So right here I'm in the Seal Book of Mormon, and I didn't mention that before. Let's go back up to verse 45. Let's drop down to like maybe the third sentence right there. You see where it says, the Most High told many things to Cain concerning his errors and warned him about his course, and that he would be accepted again by the Most High if only he withdrew from these nourishing evil feelings and return to do good. So you see, this is one of the reasons why he was really rejected, is because he had animosity. The Most High seen the animosity in his heart towards his brother Abel, man. It's kind of like you asking for forgiveness, and you still have this animosity, man. The Most High is not going to accept that, man, because you're not being genuine. And another thing too was, like, it says in the book that the Most High gave instructions on what he wanted, what type of things that he wanted to be sacrificed. And Abel didn't hearken on to that. But not Abel. Cain didn't hearken on to that, but Abel did, I should say. And that's why he was rejected. And he did bring the inferior fruit, like what it says in Joshua. So let's keep going. Verse 46. But Cain loved Satan more than the Most High, because Satan promised to serve his personal interests. But in exchange, Cain would have to make his brothers worship him, endangering secretly the devil's deception together with the truth of God, in order to appear as close to the priestess of the children of Adam have received, to identify the truth of the Father. Cain loved Satan more. So you could say that, he loved the world more. He loved worldly things more. And the devil was gonna cater to his personal interests, give him whatever you want. And that's like, tying to that gang stalking. If you do this, we're gonna promote you, man. We're gonna give you a car. We're gonna give you this. We're gonna hook you up with this girl. You know what I mean? Personal interest, man. Carnal things. You know what I mean? And it says in exchange he would have to make his brothers worship him. See? Mm. So this is what the devil is doing currently, man. I mean, have people taking deals in the movie industry to throw up the Baphomet, the Hollywood Baphomet. You know what I mean? And a lot of the saints don't know what they're doing. They don't know that what they're doing is worshiping Satan, man. You mean, but they're willingly doing it because it's disguised. So verse 47. And so Satan proposed to work through Cain great signs and wonders to deceive everyone as possible. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna stop right there for a second and bring out a scripture. Revelation 12:9. And the dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. I mean, I want to put some emphasis on that, man. He deceiveth the whole world, man. Keep in mind that this devil, he turned everything upside down, man. The whole world is being deceived right now, man. He deceiveth the entire world. You know what I mean? Let's keep going, man. Get back to it. So let's get back to verse 47. To deceive everyone as possible and to gain an active power among the children of men. That equates with the priesthood of the sons of God, which was first given to Adam and his righteous offspring after him, because just as happened to Cain. All those who choose to follow the precepts of Satan will also lose the power of the priesthood. So right here it's saying that there's two priesthoods. You have the priesthood of Satan and the priesthood of the Most High, man. So the priesthood of Satan, what they call in this book is called the priesthood of Mahan, the priesthood of Mahan, and then you got the priesthood of the sons of God, which is of the Most High. I mean, so every when you choose to follow the precepts of Satan, you're gonna lose that power. Like it says, you can't serve two masters, man. You can't serve two masters. You can't. You have to choose one. Choose this day whom you're gonna serve. So let's keep going. And with this, Satan will have full power over the children of men who are deceived by their rise and their priestly deception. So that Satan has power over all these guys that choose to follow his precepts, man. I mean, that's why these fools out here, that's gang stalking you, man. They stuck, man. They stuck. I mean, they stuck, man. They like robots out here. They sold their soul over to them, man. I mean, he has power over all these guys, and this is why when they enter into this covenant with them to try to get at us, to deceive us, they they didn't know what they was doing, man. I mean, it seemed good at first, and like I said, the devil's gonna cater to their personal interests. You know what I mean? Which was carnal things. They were seeking to save their lives. They was deceived, man. That's why they tell you to put the Bible down. God is not real. They doing this, that, and the third. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to knock us off our course, man. But that's not gonna happen, because we didn't enter into no secret oaths, man. So let's keep going. Verse 48. It happened then that Satan swore loyalty to Cain, just as Cain swore by his own life. Let's stop right there. Cain swore by his own life, man. By his own life. So these guys, if they speak about anything, they're gonna die, man, because they entered into a secret covenant, man. This is why they gotta deny everything. This is why, these guys in these secret societies and these Masonry societies, and they sold their soul. They swore by their own life, man. He swore loyalty. Cain swore loyalty to the devil, man, by his life. And this is why they kill each other when they break that, man. So let's keep going. That neither he nor his brethren who would rise after him in the priesthood order by Satan would reveal the secrets of this order to the righteous sons of Adam. So pretty much you see right here, I mean, this is what the Catholic Church does, man. They hide all our documents. You know, they hide all our books, and they're not allowed to reveal these things to, like, the true priesthood, man, because the devil is working through the lineage of Cain, man. That's who's who's on top right now, man. Mhm. And he's deceiving others, but the ones that on top, they of that they of Cain, man. You know what I mean? These are the sons of Cain, man. It's Cain lineage. Eh? So never reveal the secrets to the sons of Adam. And just like you see, just like with this whole, this gang stalking stuff, don't ever tell them anything, man. Don't tell them nothing, man. Hey, keep them deceived, keep lying to them. So these guys, man, they hid a lot of our information, bro, and they're not allowed to reveal these things, man. So let's keep going. With this, Satan proposed to Cain to deliver Abel into his hands and to take possession of all his flocks and goods and to make him supreme master in the order of the priesthood of Mahan, whose source of power comes from the devil. However, Cain would have to shed Abel's blood in confirmation of the covenant established with Satan. So he had to shed his blood. He had to kill him, to seal the deal, man. And this is what these devils had these guys do out here. They had them blood sacrifice their family members. They have them do it to their friends to seal the deal. And if they speak about it, they're gonna die. All right, so that's how you see these devils enter into a covenant, with the devil, man. You see that, and that's not the same with us, man. We got the armor of the Most High, man. And that's why we could speak. And when these devils come up against us, the Most High is gonna lift up a standard against them, man. And a standard is gonna be lifted up against the true saints, man. Or against the enemy, I should say. When it comes to when you start coming up against the true servants, man. So let's keep going, man. So I wanted to just kind of focus on the priesthood of the Most High, and from what I was reading, in certain requirements, to of using the power of the priesthood of the Most High, that you have to have. Other than that, you can't use his power. You know what I mean? So let's see right here. So I have keys to the priesthood of the sons of God. Number 1, you have to have compassion. Number 2, you have to know the Most High's name. And number 3 is faith. So we're gonna get into these. So if you don't have these, if you don't have these things, man, you're not gonna be able to use this power. So that's how these men back in the day, they were able to use the power of the Most High. The Most High was dealing with them because they had these things, and they had a right spirit within them. They didn't have that spirit of Cain, So let's keep going. Seal Book of Mormon. I'm at page 50, and right here it says, I, the Lord, do not work with the children of men except according to their faith. You know what I mean? So you see, you have to have faith, man, so the Most High could deal with you, man. It's according to your faith. You know what I mean? And the Most High says you just have to have the faith of a mustard seed, man. You know what I mean? Of course, you don't want to leave it at that. You want to have bigger faith than that. But that's all he needs to deal with you, man. And if you don't have that, like, yo, yeah, that's sad, man. So let's keep going. So this is the Book of Mormon, chapter 7, in the Amarone, chapter 7, I should say, verse 37. Behold, I say unto you, nay, for it is by faith that miracles are wrought, and it is by faith that angels appear and minister unto men. Wherefore, if these things have ceased, woe be unto the turn of men, for it is because of unbelief, and all is vain. So you see, you have to have faith, man. That's how the angels is going to come and minister on the men. If you don't have it, like, hey, the Most High's not going to deal with you, man. This is Book of Mormon, chapter 9, verse 20. And the reason why he ceaseth to do miracles among the children of men is because that they dwindle in unbelief and depart from the right way, and know not the God in whom they should trust, man. So again, you know, that's why the miracles is not happening, because your unbelief, man. First Nephi 10:19. For he that diligently seek shall find, and the mysteries of God shall be unfolded unto them by the power of the Holy Ghost, as well in these times, in times of old, and as well in times of old and in times to come. So you see, not only in the past, but it's still in effect today. If you diligently seeking, the mysteries of this book is gonna come to you, man. You know what I mean? And we know, like I said, that devil deceived the whole world, and he inverted a lot of things, and he hid a lot of our information. But I mean, the Most High knows everything, man, and he knows the mysteries, man. But if you diligently seek and you have faith, I mean, these things will come to you, man. And that's one of the requirements to operate in the priesthood of the Most High, man. So let's go. Let's look at compassion now, at the highlighted part, because that's another key to wielding the priesthood, man. For no authorized representative in the sacred order of my priesthood can perform any miracle, such as healing, unless there's the gift of compassion in your hearts when they pray with hands on top of the sick. Your action will be in vain if there's no corresponding feeling within you to do the work, whatever it may be. This therefore is a secret seal which must be hidden from future generations until Shiloh, in the meridians of time, comes an appendix demonstrated full power of my holy priesthood. So you see, these things were sealed off. Moses sealed these writings off from the Israelites. It wasn't revealed to them back then. How to operate in the priesthood. The only people that knew how to operate those were you could say Moses was one of the elect. Was the elect. That the Most High was really dealing with. They're the only ones that knew these things. So you see, in the kingdom to come, man, it ain't gonna be no secret societies and nothing like that. The only secrets is gonna be the mysteries of this book, man. The mysteries of the Most High. If you hate the Most High, man, you're gonna be left out, man. All that secret society is gonna be cast down. The only secrets is gonna be the secrets of the Most High, man. So, like I said, this is what the sealed book of Mormon is about. It's about the writings that were sealed up by Moses. According to what I read. That were to be revealed at a later time. Let's keep going. Let's see right here. In the highlighted part on the top. And when you had compassion on my people, which was about to perish in the hand of Pharaoh, you found yourself in full conditioning of summoning my presence, not in words, because my name cannot be pronounced by the human mouth. So you see, we got compassion, and then now we going into knowing the Most High's name. It said his name cannot be pronounced by the human mouth. So now this is Moses speaking right here. But how shall they call on him who they have not known, by whose name no mouth can pronounce? Now this is the great mystery which I, Moses, must keep hidden from the world until the Lord find it prudent to reveal to the sons of men. For it is key to operate in the holy priesthood of the sons of God, man. So, nobody knew his name. Nobody knew his name, man. And now, no, I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm gonna bring something else up, and then I'm gonna get into that before I keep going. So hold on. So I was saying, man, nobody knew his name, man. I was thinking to myself, like, dang. So let's go to Revelation 19:12 right here. This is the book of Revelations, man. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself, man. He had a name written that no man knew but he himself. So now I believe that Moses knew his name. And when you really read this book and you digging deep into it, when it goes into more about the elect and the 144,000 The elect, no, they knew his name, man. I believe Moses knew his name. The elect knew his name. But like, remember this. You gotta remember this is a sealed book of Mormon. So like, the Most High was telling Moses not to put certain things in a book. It's certain things that can't be revealed because you know what I mean. These devils are gonna corrupt it, man. You know what I mean? Can you imagine if these guys knew his real name? They're gonna corrupt it, man. Like what they done with everything else. So I believe that. I mean, at a certain point in time, his name is gonna be revealed onto his true name is gonna reveal onto certain people so they can operate in that priesthood, man. This is just, this is me, man. I feel like that, and I believe that Moses did know his name, and anybody else operating, that had that spirit of the Most High on them that was using his power, they knew his name. But like I said, they weren't allowed to reveal this onto people, man. That was a secret. These were mysteries, man. And this is why this is coming out now. They weren't allowed to reveal these things onto people. They had a name written that no man knew but he himself. I believe that Moses knew his name. So let's go look at the book of Exodus real quick. Moses is telling the Most High, hey, what shall I tell a Pharaoh what your name is? And he says, tell him I am that I am. And he said, thus shall say unto the children of Israel, I am sent me. And to the children of Israel, I am Pharaoh, I should say. So I believe he told him to say that I am, because like once again, he did not want them to know the true name, man. They were not allowed to know his true name. But those that were of the elect, his elect that he was dealing with, they knew his name, man. They knew these mysteries, man. He said, just say I am that I am. Once again, because he didn't want them knowing his name, because these devils are gonna corrupt it, and they will. I believe that if they knew his true name, they will corrupt it out here, man. So yeah, man, like that's the priesthood, man. And like the book goes in more into the 144,000 a little bit, man. It's interesting, man. And it even talks about like, these 144,000, man, these were spirits that were created before the world. And even in the spiritual realm, like they were separated, from the other spirits. Like, they had like, they were always eager to seek out more things, and kind of makes sense why we separated down here too, man. To be honest with you, so the Most High, they were separated in the spiritual realm too, But it goes into a lot more. But I just wanted to highlight these things, man. And one more thing, nah, I ain't gonna get it there, man. I'm gonna stop right there. I don't want to make this too long. So all praises to the Most High. Hopefully this was edifying, man, and you guys understood. A lot of people, they're gonna reject the they want to say the Book of Mormon is not biblical, thing, this, that, and the third. But like, it contradicts. But look, we gotta go out and seek these things out, man, because like, like I said, it's the honor of kings to search out a matter. A lot of these, like I said, these guys, they had a lot of our books and things of that nature, and the Most High is going to deal with us, man. As long as we keep diligently seeking. So, you don't want to be like those wicked niggas that didn't know the Messiah was standing right in front of them because they were so stuck on one thing. Even when he was performing all these miracles in front of them, So, just diligently seek, man. So that's it, man.